And we are back with more Elden Ring. Last time we left off, well, those who live in death kind of took out 2 to 3 members of our general anti-undead coalition. There was a comment left in the last video, so it sounds like that we didn't do anything wrong. So this isn't a previous game you let a murderer into your, headquarters and they killed everybody. So it sounds like this is destined to happen no matter what. Oh yeah, we last left off in the room that we saw poor Dee dying. And basically, she who sleeps with death basically is gone. Hardly shocking she was in with the undead coalition, but it is what it is. And yeah, so it sounds like basically all that was to be expected. I guess, according to the comment, if we kind of lay into the bestial clergyman a bit, he will kind of regain his sanity. So that's a tall order given who he is, but I'm kind of tempted to try doing that to start us off, because my general hope is that he can kind of give us more information on what's going on. Now that said, knocking some sense into him isn't the easiest of tasks, given that he runs right at us as soon as we teleport. Let's make sure we have the weapons that we want here. I'm thinking basically we use our little Muppet Dragon here and kind of spray fire on him from the entrance. Hopefully that should work. But we'll find out. Here, let's go. So in hindsight, I did not check how many runes I have, so hopefully we don't come to regret this, I think. Okay, we still got the 3,000. I really thought he would at least try to get further before doing that, but no. Really does feel like I should probably spend these runes first here. But it's probably okay. Honestly, the poison might have been the better option. I mean, we were able to get him, but I do wonder exactly how much we need to knock sense into him. I would like to take him down, though, to both open up the possibility of us gathering more death root, and just making this a viable teleport location. Good. Alright, I got the poison on him. I'm trying to remember basically if we can safely get Black Flame on him. Swallowed a bit of my own spit. I'm hoping that basically we can kind of get maybe 1,000 in? Boy. The big thing is that we know some of the stuff can go through walls. Okay, so his blade... Oh, and the poison's worn off. Come on. Yet again, I kind of wonder... Oh, actually, it looked like he kind of stopped there at the very end. I don't know if it's because we were dead or because we hit the threshold. Oh! There we go. It's no longer charging. Hey, big guy. I'm just shocked he has nothing to say for himself. I really thought there'd be something here. Alright, I'm gonna poke this wall behind you, good sir. And not a secret. If we use... Oh wait, where we are already on the shackles? Yeah, okay. Alright, we're gonna give us some running space in case, Alright, yeah, no secret. Well, at least he's calm now. I do wish he would talk to us, but... It's a start. Alright, derp. I will always keep on thinking that I need to actually use the quote-unquote bonfire to teleport like the old games, but that is not the case. Real quick, I'm gonna go back to the round table hold, double check to make sure no one has any new dialogue here. Because technically, She Who Sleeps with Death did tell us to pass on the message. But we weren't able to pass it on to anyone last time, but maybe things are different.
Well then.
Okay, no new incantations. Warrior Lady hasn't come back yet. I assume nothing new here. Yeah. And last we checked with the secret medallions.
Find the albinos.
Yeah, okay.
In a case. She knows.
So he doesn't know that we got her now. That's one of our summons. Actually, I don't think... I was briefly entertaining the idea of, like, what if we summoned her here? But we can't actually summon without the summon symbol, so... Unless... Okay. So the little golden circle thing does not mean that it can also count as a summoning area. I do feel like we should probably try and spend these ruins, though. Okay, so yeah, we got them all at +3 right now. Okay, so Finger Midden basically is just cheaper. I was wondering basically why these ones were upgradable, what Finger Midden is, but that is a matter of just price. As I do feel like I really should try out the regular summons, but you can only summon one, so it just seems so kind of pointless to try out the other ones. Like, I feel like they have to have a use somewhere, but where it is, I don't know. What about other weapons here?
Well, I took you for it no matter, it's all out, you're up.
Honestly, I'm still rather strongly eyeing the sword whip. Where are you, sword whip? Here we are, the Arumi. Okay, takes regular smithing stone, so it's not somber. Interestingly, it has a bit of a default, slightly lower damage dealing than the other one. Like, we can't use it because of 19 dex, but... Yeah, let's... I do debate other stuff too, like hook claws are pretty cool, but this is pretty unique, and we always like the width in previous games, so... Alright, we'll throw some runes here, and then... we're gonna throw some runes at the Twin Husk Maiden, or the Husks of Twin Maidens. Oh, actually, did Rajia actually disappear when he died, or is his body just there? Okay, he disappeared. Yeah, we're gonna throw some runes basically at the Twin Husks to just like buy out some smithing stones. Since we unlocked that, that means we don't have to really kind of fret about potential wasted investments. Alright, purchase. There we go. Oh, they're actually pretty cheap. I thought they'd be more pricey, quite frankly. But alright, we're just gonna buy the max amount for right now. There we go. And then we should go ahead and hit the road. The previous comment also mentioned 2 areas to look at somewhere over here-ish. I want to say it was like here and down here? Which in hindsight... how do we get over here? We'd probably have to fall down from up here, because I don't think this wraps around, but we might as well take a look. And then I'm trying to think. We did... Boy. I think last time I reported to Blad about... Oh yeah, we did. So he's basically... Now I remember. He's over here in Khalid now, basically, to challenge Radagon, which we're going to have to do at some point. Radagon, Rabanastor... One of the gods with an R in the name. The arch-nemesis of Melania, who is not a demigod, but comes up quite a bit, which makes you wonder about... This guy was here before, right? Yeah, Celestial Globe. Actually, I think in hindsight, Melania is a demigod, just not one of the Elden Ring demigods, because she is... I want to say, if I'm remembering the lore quiz from past comment, the daughter of Rabanon and is first wife? Okay, so thanks to 3. And the first wife was basically the headmistress of the academy, which we need to go still do. And okay, so far this is looking correct in that this tower blocks the way to get any further down this like little chunk of land here. Interesting, all the oh, wait, maybe over here? Yeah, no, that seems to be death. Oh, but there is a shack over there. Where's our telescope? There we are. I remember now the D-pad for zooming. Yeah, someone's over there. I think. They're in a fetal position, but it might just be a corpse. So alright, let's go to the artist shack. And then ride south, loop around the tower, and try to see if we can't fall down safely. If I recall correctly, we did kill the guy on the road here. Huh. He's still there though, so... I thought he had dropped a spell if I was recalling it correctly, but maybe he didn't if he's still there. Ah, this is gathering materials, alright. I'll leave the undead alone, since not much value to be gained there. But okay. Now think about it, no hidden entrance into the study hall. Oof. Oof, 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 oof. Oh, there we go. Alright, we got gravestones so we can go down. That appears to be a mana regeneration. Just in case we can stab and find out. Okay. So at the very least, not an Ashes of War. Alright. Drop. Ooh, there's some grace. Okay, good, good. Still an odd way to descend, using weird tombstones jutting out of the mountains. Okay, I guess maybe fall into the shack? Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, it's more than a single shack though, it's like a whole little mini town. Okay, we got jars down there. Trying to target them to see if friend or foe. Okay, they're not targetable. But alright, let's tap this, find out where we are exactly. Okay, lost grace discovered. Jarberg. Okay, well that tracks in terms of the jar. Hello. What else? Lily, poison bloom. Oh, we can't talk to it. Hello. Other jars we've seen, you tend to be a bit more talkative when they're friendly. Or at least that one was. He was a world-traveled warrior. Alright, cracked pot. some big old pot over here. This feels... okay. I guess this particular pot isn't alive. Ritual pot. Container required for crafting ritual pot items. This empty pot somehow mends itself when broken. Special item with greater durability than the cracked pot. Essential vessel for crafting ritual pot items. The materials and magic sealed within deploy their effects when the pot is thrown. Okay. And we still never figured out... oh yeah. Once we get to the Eternal City of Noctron, we need to find the aqueducts to see if we can't find Dee's younger brother. Though, from the sounds of it, it sounds like Dee's younger brother might be in league with the, those who walk in death. Hello, you young little... jars. I won't take their flour in case it aggroes them. We can take every other bit of flour. Which... ooh, talk to you? Nope. Okay, crackpot. Living jar shard. Trying to find that shack that we saw from a distance, because I thought I had seen someone there, but... hello. We won't touch his stuff. Okay, so it must have been... maybe I just saw the little... oh yeah. I think it's me mistaking this little jar for a person in a fetal position. Slightly strange place, this, given that, not really... like, there's no boss, they're not aggressive. Plenty of items, but no... like, dialogue or weapons or anything. Just useful pot ingredients. Alright, another crackpot. Need to try and get up high to fall back down here. Here we are. I'm assuming another crackpot. Oh, nope, another ritual pot. Alright. And at the very least, the ritual pot is new. You would just think, though, that I would find some sort of pot recipes, too, here. I think we should grab our lantern. Okay. Still having our finger maiden at the ready, just in case. Alright. Not meaning to bash everything. Okay, yeah, still not seeing any... I'd imagine at least one NPC that would be like, welcome to Pottsburg. Or Jarburg. Oh, here we go.
Hello, Cos. What are you doing here? I didn't think anyone knew about this place. Except us jars. Ah. Are you going to be the new potentate?
I don't know what a potentate is. So I'm no potentate.
Oh. Well... I'm sorry. Cuz, you'll be our potentate after all, then?
I mean, if you could tell me the job description, that'd be fantastic. Sure. As long as this doesn't involve me being sealed in a jar and pickled, sure.
Gosh. Truly. That's wonderful news. It's not easy being potentate, though. I know. Show me your hands. It's just a little test, cuz. To see if you've got the right stuff. Your skin isn't so smooth, is it? You need slick, slidey hands to be potentate, you know? I'm sorry, cuz. But I don't think you've got what it takes. What a shame. Don't look so glum, cuz. We can still chat. Potentate or not. Come back and visit me. When you can.
Okay.
Don't look so we can still chat. Come back and visit.
Well, hopefully by then I'll know exactly what being a potentate entails. But alright, so I imagine that that's probably our one and only NPC contact here. So, we're gonna take a quick check around this house, and there's a bit more of this little peninsula. Ooh. Graveyard, excellent. Golden Ruin 2. 3. 2. And 3. Alright. Okay, that's the Limgrave Divine Tower in the distance. I'm still going to assume that this is the Raya Lucaria Divine Tower. Ooh, Golden Ruin 6 and 1. Okay, so we've checked out this location. Jarbairn is basically the name of our contact there. And alright, let's go. I guess this might be a church looking at it from above. Should try scanning things a bit more from above to see what's what. Alright, let's see here. Where is the road? Okay. Got more of the fire dudes, a blimp. We'll try and lead them to it. Oh, that's one of the fire tanks from Khalid. Yeah, no need to go fighting that. But okay, I should be up here and then to the left, and I assume we'll then see a church. Okay. Trying to get better at recognizing the different factions. Like, those are generic soldiers, but I don't think they're from Limgrave. A bit more poppin' at things here. I thought I saw a ghost up ahead. Alright, what do we got here? The Second Leonarian War. No victory for the Golden, nor the Moon, or for the Moon. No prize but atonement, the birth of a vow. Okay. So the Golden basically, I imagine, is like demigods. And then the Moon is probably basically like the family that Ronnie is kind of descended from. Since she's a lunar princess. Which I still don't trust them. They give me Bloodborne Elder God vibes. Okay, we got Grace here, but I thought I saw a ghost from a distance here. Alright, let's see. The Church of Vows. A bit more, Oh. It's like a giant bishop turtle. Hello.
You're tarnished, aren't you? I welcome you to the Church of Vows. I am Miriel, steward of this sacred chamber. My apologies for the unseemly state of affairs. Do you know the origin of this place? How it came to be known as the Church of Vows?
I don't know.
Well, that is a shame. But who can blame you? The shattering has caused us, all of us, to lose sight of something very dear. It is here, at the Church of Vows, that the great houses of the Erd Tree and the Moon were joined by the matrimonial bond between red-haired Radagon and Renala of the Full Moon. And so our church holds in view the monuments of both houses, the Erd Tree of the capital and the Academy of Raya Lucaria.
Interesting.
Oh, was there something you needed? You are free to show yourself around. I would serve as your guide, only my legs aren't what they used to be. If you find anything of use, you are free to take it with you. Unless, perhaps, you are in search of instruction, in which case I will share all that I know.
Hmm. He teaches both sorcery and incantations. Damn, this is a smart, awesome turtle. But about Radagon, because he's the one that basically Blade is going down to Khalid to fight. And we know that he's fighting... My brain is like, Minthara. No, that's basically Baldur's Gate 3. Not Aquella, that's the name of her faction. Melania. But about Radagon.
You wish to know more of Lord Radagon? Lord Radagon was a great champion, possessed of flowing red locks. He came to these lands at the head of a great golden host. When he met Lady Renala in battle, he soon repented his territorial aggressions there, and became husband to the Carian queen. However, when Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was hounded from the lands between, Radagon left Renala to return to the Erdtree capital, becoming Queen Marika's second husband and king consort, taking the title of Second Elden Lord. The mystery endures to this day as to why Lord Radagon would cast Lady Renala aside, and moreover, why a mere champion would be chosen for the seat of Elden Lord.
I now wonder if Radagon basically was in the general conspiracy then to take down... Boy, I can't remember which god was the first one to die, but... I mean, if he stood to benefit becoming an Elden Lord, then, and, you know, we know that Ronnie, descendant of Renala, had something to do with the whole thing, like, it could be the Elder Gods doing some sort of conspiracy stuff.
You know, it's said that Lord Radagon harbored a secret. A famed sculptor of the Erdtree capital was once summoned to render Lord Radagon's likeness in giant stature, when he glimpsed the skeleton in Radagon's closet. And as such, it's said the great statue harbors his secret too.
Interesting.
You wish to know more of Lady Renala? She is queen, head of the Carian royal family, and governor of the Academy of Rea Lucaria, the great and beautiful full moon witch. Sadly, her heart was broken when Lord Radagon left her, and then, when the Academy rebelled against the royals, she was locked away in the Grand Library.
I do feel vaguely that I heard that before in terms of they rebelled, but it does also feel like new knowledge as well. So it's like, okay, so the Academy rebelled against Renala, so she's headmaster of the Academy, but kind of a name only right now. But I don't know if that's basically just the Cuckoo Knights who rebelled, or whether it's like the Cuckoo Knights rebelled against the Academy rebelled against Renala, and Renala's just doing her own thing, with the egg that Radagon left her, if I recall correctly.
In the end, Lady Renala was left alone, cradling the amber egg Lord Radagon bequeathed her. Now she devotes herself to it through forbidden rite, the grim art of reincarnation. You would do well to remember, severing a vow, strongest of bonds, has consequences ever more dire.
Foreboding?
You know, it's said that Lord Radagon harbored a secret. A famed sculptor of when he glimpsed, and as such...
I do wonder exactly where this great statue of him is. Is it at the capital, or is it here in Rea Lucaria? Alright, also what can he teach us? Magic Glint Blade creates a sigil that forms a projectile glint blade after delay. And Carrying Greatsword performs Sweeping Slash using a magical greatsword. The incantations. The Blessing's Boon grants blessing to self and nearby allies. One of the ancient Erdtree incantations grants a blessing to the caster and nearby allies, gradually restoring HP. Hold to to continue praying and delay activation. Blessings once fell like tears in the Erdtree, and this incantation is but a lingering remnant of their power. Okay, that was 4,000. We did pick up some golden ruins that might be able to... Ooh, actually, yeah, no. we'll hold off. Hopefully Turtle's not dying anytime soon. And they did give us permission to loot the place, so don't mind if we do. Gold sewing needle and gold tailoring tools. Ooh. Something to give our little dude. Allows demigod garb alteration at sites of grace. Special sewing needle for demigod attire. Sewing needle made of gold. Unique item made to alter demigod attire. One of the tools brought by Radagon when he entered into the marriage with Renala, Queen of the Full Moon, and joined the Carrion line. And tailoring tools made from gold. Tools brought with the red-haired Radagon when he married into the Carrion line. With these, even demigod attire can be altered at sight of grace. Okay. I don't think we have any demigod attire, though, despite the fact we took one down. Atone. You don't need absolution. Alright. Kinda wonder... Like, feels slightly like we could try parkouring our way up to that bell. Or we can attempt to. Sadly, Torrent isn't always the easiest to pilot sometimes. But some of these jumps don't look doable without them, so... Okay, actually, I don't think that one would be ascendable. This one has a higher chance, I feel. Dang it. I probably could have recovered from that had I jumped at the right time. Okay. Try to position ourselves here. And whiff it again. Alright. I don't see any item from a distance, so we won't worry too much about it, but... Alright, we'll check the other side here. Yeah, the bell's probably not ringable. Probably. It does tempt me, though. Alright, with the one more attempt. Alright. So that is that. Now, the last place that basically the comment on the last video was pointing us towards was, or at least reminding us, we haven't looked at the Academy town in front of the Academy, which we could get a key there. Although now think about it, before we do that, we should make sure we should go visit Bach and give him these new tools to work with. Alright. There you are, Bach.
Bok the seamster, at your service, master. Ready to make adjustments to your garments.
Okay. I'm surprised he didn't seem to take those things off of us here. Okay, both these have the exact same description. Yep, just removes the cloak again. Same thing with Ragier's. Okay.
Oh, going so soon? Please do be safe on your journeys.
And I tried to give you a gift, but no such luck there, Bach. Although, wait. Maybe he doesn't take it and we... Because we can adjust our own garments. But okay, same difference. I'm also a bit curious. Let's real quick go check in with our Ranny gang here. Because we've given Blade a direction, but I wonder if any of them will be like, you know, you sent Blade to go do what? Challenge a demigod? Maybe a bad idea.
Greetings, my fellow.
That
I
Knockon?
take it you've heard of the eternal city of Knockwell. After years
Okay,
of
yeah, this
going
is
underground,
repeat dialogue.
Blythe's made a good, to be honest.
Then nothing here. Okay, leave it to it there. EG, I think. Yeah, EG. Alright, let's go check in with Ronnie and the Sorcerer. Maybe Petey as well, but... I'm curious if they have anything new to add about Blythe's current direction. Whether that be praise or criticism to it. Alright, up we go. I do wonder if Rondi is back in her puppet body, or whether she's off doing some witchy thing. Even last time we checked in on her, it was all silent. Oh, looks like she's still turned off. It's like I don't trust it when she's turned off like that. But okay, go back down. It's like, could teleport, but it's a loading screen that's not necessary, so. And besides, having the elevator down means that we can much more easily access Rondi next time we need to go see her. Alright. Oh, I always forget about these wolves out front. Hello, wolves. Trying to recall if there was a safe drop-off area here, or whether it's all just a bit too far of a distance. Might be able to make this. Kind of worked out. No damage. Alright, Severus or Celavis.
Begging for another lesson so soon? There remains much to be done. Make it quick.
I want a new puppet. I wonder if we did give up our previous puppet if we did that. Oh yeah, I never did buy Freezing Mist from him. We probably can't do it, but I am tempted about that. What if I do ask? I want a new puppet.
What's that? You want another puppet? Quite the keen paramour, aren't we? But I'm afraid each and every one is like a child to me. I can hardly just give them away. Oh dear, what's to be done? Why don't you fetch me some starlight shards? If you can manage it, I'll gladly prepare a new puppet for you. The soul of every puppet has its own ambience. You'll soon come to know once you possess a few. And once each's predilections are known to you, the better you will be able to love them. Oh yes, you have much to look forward to further down this road.
Obtain a puppet. Let's say, because we do have some starlight shards. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's no downside. Might as well buy the jar white puppet.
You're proving to be quite the puppeteer. I've not had an apprentice for a very long time indeed. Begging for another...
Oh, about the scheme. I mean, oof. Like, looking at some of this stuff, it's like, oh, I'd like to be able to maybe, get these before confronting about anything. We'll leave him alone for now. We'll get some runes and then ask him about this game. And hopefully in the interim he does not, like, pass away due to unforeseen circumstances. Alright, let's go check out the last person here. I'm assuming nothing new with this guy, but he did sell us that... Oh, I forgot he's up there. We can't easily get up there. Alright. Never mind that then. Sorry, Pidia. Alright, let's see here. Like, obviously, the Academy Gate Town is the most obvious go-to location right now. Yeah, there's some graves that we probably visited before, and I think we could even get up there to begin with. Ooh. Actually... Well, there's two actuallys. Technically, Blades down in Khalid, and I do have unfinished business in Khalid. We are getting stronger. Oh, actually, it's been a long time since I saw Kenneth Haight as well. I kind of wonder if he has anything new to say. And this is our sorceress, weird duplicate doppelganger. Yep, just... wait. I'll guess some more on Rampart, alright. We never did find out where Silver Mask went off to. I think, in hindsight. I do vaguely recall reading a message where he was before. Alright, what we'll do, we'll head over here first. We're going to head north towards the Great Lift. We're going to turn a right and see if we can't go around back and climb up that otherwise inaccessible hill. And okay, Bach's still there. I imagine just because we made progress is why Bach was able to kind of like move forward a bit here. Rather than being at his old location. Hello, nice cavalry. Ouch. We're to fight, then let's fight. Forgot about that. Yes. Alright, drink up. Emma, get over here. I don't know what he's doing, but alright. I kind of figured the horse would slam. Come on. Oh, I thought we had repoisoned him. Whew. Okay. Stamina back. Damn it. One more guard thing should do the job. There we go. Enemy failed. Ash of War, Giant Hunt. Ooh. And the Knight Rider Glaive. A jet black glaive with a blade as weighty as a bludgeon, weapon of the Knights Cavalry who ride funeral steeds. This glaive excels at a weighty slash attack that crashes into foes, making it a powerful weapon even on horseback. Skill, spinning slash. Skill favored by dexterous warriors. Slash foes as your body spins. Additionally, additional input allows for follow-up attack. And... okay, you can get the quality affinity. And Giant Hunt. Skill developed for confronting gigantic foes. Step forward from a low stance, carrying the momentum into a sudden upward thrust. Usable on large and colossal weapons capable of thrusting, spears, and twin blades. Interesting. Pardon me, wonders if I should kind of like turn back? Since they're so close to grace for resting? You know what? We'll press forward. I don't think, slash hope, we come to regret it. I'm gonna assume this is a standard, alright, yeah, Sanctuary Stone. Yet again, one day we'll find out what is up with these sky ruins. I expect my sky dungeon. If I don't get it, I'll be highly disappointed. Whoa. Alright. The Great Lift is greatly defended. Okay, but we still need to run forward if we're to, get up the hill. I can't remember what I put in my potion last, but... Okay. I was thinking it might have been, like, because I thought we got one for mana restoration as well, so... I thought maybe it would be a 2-for-1, but nope. Did not expect to see a giant war camp here. And I saw the catapult, but... Huh. I also hear shining, but it doesn't sound like it's a scarab. Maybe. Okay. Losing track of wherever it is. Okay, but there is people manning the thing. And we have a horseback rider. Alright, should be safe to storm the camp. Yeah, we'll need to restore our mana first, though. Alright, Finger Maiden. We can get some critical hits, we can restore our mana. The horse slowly turning. Okay, we got the poison off. Dang it, it's like trying to get the maiden to, to heal. Alright. There we go. Cuckoo Night Gauntlets. Okay, good, good. It's like, besides the fire tank, that's probably the biggest threat I assume this camp has to throw at us. Okay, now I hear Scarab jingling. Okay, it's getting closer and closer here. Might as well take out this guy though real quick. Okay, Golden Ruin. There it is. Oh. Mana, sure. And we'll top off our actual mana here. Alright, let's see what's in this chest after we... Cool, do a check. Great mace. Oh, sounds pretty cool. Huge bludgeon with sharp protrusions and a large version of its smaller cousin. Maintains all the advantages of smaller bludgeons, boasting a few deficiencies while being very capable of breaking enemy guards and stances. A shrewd choice for simple slugging matches. Skill Endure, which we've seen that in previous games, because this is basically what we used in Dark Souls 3, except for a non-ice version. Oof, 11.5 weight, though. Ah, here we go. It's like I saw someone guarding this location. I hear another scarab around here. There we go. Cuckoo Knight down. Okay, good. Okay, I've got to figure it's going to be spinning. There we go. What a drop. Fire Blossom. Blooms on the mountaintops of the giants. A half-ashen, smoldering flower that blooms on the mountaintops of the giants. Make sure you're crafting items. Fertilized by the sparks from the forge at the peaks where burns the flames of ruin. Okay, don't know if our finger maiden can actually get up that way. There we go. No alerting the guards, I think? One guard. Like, going to heal, just in case. There we go. Both getting a heal from her and taking out the Cuckoo Knight. Like I hear the scarab. So I'm wondering... Ah, okay. Huh, so it's like dangling from above. So it's only health, so it's a bit less appealing than Ash of War. What do I have here? Cuckoo Glintstone. That's fine. It's sad. I thought this would be like two different camps, each having a treasure chest, but only one had one. I guess in hindsight, we took down that camp. Is there a spot of grace right in front of the Great Lift? Because that would be handy for travel purposes. Before we descend the slope side there. Okay, Dragon Wound Grease. Here we are. Alright, Lost Growth discovered. I'm going to assume Great Lift. Yep, Grand Lift of Dectus. And what do you have to say, good sir? It's there, somewhere. Another path leading back to the foot of the Erd Tree. An ancient tunnel. Well, that basically... I'm assuming that that's going to be this right here. And that's basically the spot we were told to kind of take anyway, to get up to the Volcano Manor. Though I imagine at some point the lift itself is fixable. Maybe. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's like a dungeon if we go deeper in. Though I also just realized, I don't think our Finger Maiden disappeared after we cleared out the camp. Which normally she only vanishes, or the summons only vanish once we actually clear out the camp, so... Did we miss something back here? I guess there's knights out front. Oh, then there is loot over that way. Alright, Ruin Arc. Okay, good. For a brief second I thought maybe that the catapults would re-engage. There's also a bit of another dilemma here. We're initially planning on going upwards, which is still an option here, I think. Actually, let's verify. Okay, it's still an option. But I did notice there's also a drop down that I assume leads over here to the tunnel a lot easier than just running this way. Although I would like to run that way at some point, so yeah, we'll go up instead of down. Besides, if we want to turn around, easier to get down from on high than it is going from down to up high. Whoa! Alright, all you guys are infected with the Frenzy. Did not mean to, risk everything there. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Okay, good, good. Whew. Okay, last restoration, but honestly I was hoping for something Frenzy related, because I'm still curious about that, phenomenon element. Like, when I came across that, thing in South Limgrave on the Weeping Peninsula, it was like, what causes the Frenzy? What is the Frenzy? Why is it shooting eye beams? Whoa. Okay, whatever it is, it's not shooting at us. Yet. Oh, but it is building up Frenzy. Alright, well, we're gonna restore both our stuff here. We're about to go on a bit of a journey. I wanted more Frenzy lore. Something tells me I'm about to get it. Though I do admit to being slightly concerned for my, my runes. Can't tell that's a Frenzy creature or a campfire. Okay, Blurred Bolt. Okay, I think that's one of those, like, plants that we sometimes find around. Yellow Ember. Found in lands afflicted by Frenzy. An ember taken from the eye socket of a corpse. Material used for crafting items. A sign that the deceased suffered from the flames of frenzy. This grape is ripened and burst. And yeah, I only just now remember that we've read one of those before. Okay. Gotta be very careful approaching this Eye of Sauron here. Phew. Wait for it to go down. This feels incredibly dangerous. To the extent, I'm wondering, do we have any items that... And they say immunity, but what does that mean? Huh. You know what? Well, we'll try... boosting immunity here. Alright. Getting closer or whatever. Oh, it's like a dude conjuring it. Okay. Taking a bit of a gamble here. Howl of Shabri. Alright. There we go. Okay, I think we silenced it. Okay, cool. Yes, we did. Now, the Howl of Shabri, or Shabriri, shrieks, building up madness in nearby foes. Incantation originating from the maddening Three Fingers. Releases a maddening shriek that causes madness buildup in foes nearby. This incantation also causes madness buildup in the caster and makes enemies more likely to target them. It is said that the sickness of the flames of frenzy began with Shabriri, the most reviled man in all of history. 33 faith, but still, very intriguing. And now that these guys are also taken care of, we can explore down in the various areas down here for more treasure. Like I said, I'm very curious what their deal is. Obviously, three-finger related to our two-finger tarnished home base, but just in case, gonna top off. We are operating with a lot of ruins in an area we don't have a quick access to a site of grace in, so we're playing it safe. Okay, a lot more rats nearby. Yeah, it's interesting how the frenzy is considered kind of like a plague type thing. Alright, I saw a body down here. Oh, multiple bodies. Alright, golden rune 3. Smithing stone 2. Yellow ember. But yeah, the yellow ember is one of those things I found on the ground, so. Alright, more rats. At some point, I kind of want to figure out some way to try out, like, I feel like there has to be a madness build, where, like, you can build up a lot of immunity to madness, or maybe, like, becoming maddened. So my vibe right now, I don't know what full madness does, but I do get flashbacks to Bloodborne with those weird eyeball things that, like, being near them would fill up your bar, and it would essentially, like, nearly kill you instantly. So I'm assuming it is very similar to that, although it might be completely different. But is this the current idea we're operating under? Alright, large disgrace discovered. Where are we now? The Frenzied Flame Village outskirts. Ooh. Another Frenzied Flame Village. And... I say, what are we looking at over here? Because I don't remember a big structure here, but this looks kind of like Ranni's Tower. Okay. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like I thought, it's across the gap, but actually, the gap is... crossable. The Frenzied Flame Village or the tower? More tempted for the tower. I mean, I want more Frenzied Flame stuff, but I wonder if maybe we'll get a quest to go back to the town, so... Don't mind me, good sir. We cool? Alright. The same blue flowers as in front of other magical places. Converted Fringe Tower. May erudition light the way. You must solve the puzzle to enter. Okay. So there was a comment in a previous video that supposedly it's connected back to an emote and or headwear. I can't remember the full details of that. Headwear. The Incantation Scarab's kind of the closest I can think of. Maybe the Royal Remains Helm, but that's not really erudition. I guess the Guardian Mask could be considered that too. Or a Spellblade's Pointed Hat. Yeah, let's try this, and then... Let's see. I do wish there was an easier way to access gestures. Okay, not Fire Spermy. Maybe Rapture? Alright, doesn't look like anything's happening. But let's see. Fire Spermy, kinda wanna keep. I doubt Finger Snap. I was thinking maybe like Open Sesame. So okay, so probably not Wave. We can switch out Wave for... Dejection, Spread Out. Maybe Prayer? Like, Prayer's not really erudition, though. What do you want? I mean, that's thinking. Okay. Reverential Bow. I'm hoping that emotes from this menu still count. Oh, here, Nod and Thought. Okay, not that. Not Jump for Joy. And I kind of figured there, as you wish. Yeah, all the other ones seem a lot more generic, where these are all the ones we've unlocked. Maybe being dejected. Grovel for mercy. Come on. I feel like it would either be Nod in Thought or What Do You Want? Okay, so let's try Nod in Thought from here in case it is like a different one. Fire Spermy? only thing I could think of would be we're doing the right gesture, but don't have the right headgear. Yeah, I mean, not really the pages. They kind of like, you know, stay out of the way. Not in the vulgar militia. I don't think it would be the imp head. The guardian masks don't really like do a lot of like aerodation, as it were. Like it really feels like it would be the scarab, if anything, because it's, you know, reduces the FP cost of incantations. You know, it's has like an eyeball on it, you know, like that. I guess actually we could try the Spellblade hat. And then not in thought. Or Rapture. And then we can try swapping out this one for what do you want? Yeah, no such luck. Alright, whatever it is, we don't have the full puzzle yet, which... yeah, make erudition light the way. I mean... alright, real quick. We'll try fire as well, because like fire lighting the way... yeah, alright. Nothing happening there. Let's stop emoting and get our thief mask back on. Alright. Okay, this guy's targetable. Alright, we are not cool. Uh-huh. Alright. I don't even know if that attack connected or not. Alright, here comes... whew. Alright. Run. Jumping heavy in case we can stagger, but nope. Ouch. I'm gonna take a drink. Ah, dang. Alright. Poison wore off. Poisoned. Okay, cool. Uh-oh. Come on, fall over dead. Fall over dead. There we go. Aw, that's a bit for something. My highest hope was an emote that would just so handily be what we needed. But alas, not that. So, guy was just a normal guardian. So actually, in hindsight, this place claims that we need to solve the puzzle to get in, but last time we came across one of these things, we were able to kind of just parkour our way inside. I might as well try that again. Okay, crystal dart. Oof, okay. I might have made a slight miscalculation here by jumping down. Okay, where's my lantern at? I'm not certain if we can easily get back up now or not. There we go. Alright, check the other side. My thinking here is that, like, we could probably get here. Yeah, I don't know if we can get onto that roof, though. Although... okay, wasn't able to get there. Looking for any open window or more stable platform than right here. But alright, I think this one's going to be a lot tougher of a nut to crack. So now think about it. How are we doing on time? Okay, we're still doing good. Because we should probably... yeah, probably come back later here. Like, erudition is knowledge. We need to go to the academy. Maybe we can sing at the academy. That makes it a lot more obvious. Because, you know, we get them book smarts. We become a lot smarter if we do that. That's... okay, that's gravestone. Alright, let's head toward this flaming frenzy town here. Oh, this is a grace that we activated earlier. I thought it briefly was an item on the ground, that's why I was very confused. Okay, that's the walking mausoleum in the distance, so not these guys. Frenzied Flame Village. Not seemingly possible to summon anyone. There we go. We can finally see if there's any sort of like advanced version of these frenzied guys. And they all have like... no, I think like last time I mistook their beards for tentacles, but alright, they just have beards, not tentacles. Ah, the Frenzied Cookbook. One at that, so it's the very first one. Clarifying Boluses, a record of crafting techniques left by those afflicted by madness of the flames of frenzy. Contains techniques discovered in desperation. So, a clarifying bolus is... alleviates madness buildup. And we can actually craft these. Given where we are and what we're doing, we're gonna make at least one of these. And then... what to swap out? I feel like if I swap out the Warhawk Ashes, it's not going to come back on. So alright, we'll swap out the Rainbow Stones right now. Alright, where are you? Clarifying boluses. There we go. Just having it at the ready, just in case. I do admit to half being tempted to pop open a silver pickled fowl foot and like I wonder if we get their like clothing for the villagers, that maybe we can get like some. Well, I was about to say some immunity, but in hindsight, that's a bit of a logic fallacy. I'm like, oh no, the Lord of Frenzied Flame. Because it's like, if we got their armor, being like, oh, it's immunity to the Flames of Frenzy. Obviously, these guys succumb to the Flames of Frenzy, so if anything, their armor should be extra weak against it. But alright. Note sold by a nomadic merchant imparting knowledge and brief. Beneath Lendel, at the very bottom, lies our Lord, Lord of the Frenzied. The three fingers who holds us in thrall. Lendel. That name rings a bell. I do sure there's an easier way to check location names here. Yeah, why does that ring such a bell, the name of that place? I don't think it was the Abernaki village. Yeah, it's called Village of the Abernakis. That's the Layskar ruins. Yeah, very intriguing. Because I do really want to kind of find the Lord of the Frenzied Flame. And none of these have actually any Lindell name. And Forsaken Ruins. Yeah, I have to just keep an eye out for that name, just in case. So many names it's going to bleed together, so it could just be that I am totally hallucinating that I've heard it before. But alright. So we now know where the three fingers are. Come on, Ashes of War. Okay. Got distant going that direction. I wonder... Okay. So once again, hearable. Really sounds like it's going from that direction, but... No line of sight on anything. So it might be on the other side of the wall, but let's try to take down this group of knights. There we go. Yeah, it kind of worked out. There we go. I'd rather fight them like this than all at once. And we should like get some mana. Good. There we are. Please stop it with those items. I'm not a fan of them. At least we got some flash charges back. Oh, I'm hearing that sound again. But alright, first let's check out these guys. Alright, Cuckoo Glintstone, Lord Sworn Bolts, Shabiri's Woe. Ooh. Constantly attracts enemy aggression. Okay. Disturbing likeness of a man whose eyes have been gouged out. The corners of his mouth are upturned in almost flirtatious manner. Constantly attracts enemy aggression. It is said that the man, named Shabiri, had his eyes gouged out as punishment for the crime of slander, and with time, the blight of the flame of frenzy came to dwell in the empty sockets. Kinda curious, what are the stats here on this thing? Huh, so it's not a head thing, so it's an actual item. Oh, actually I think it's a trinket. Yeah, here we are. Oh man. I mean, I guess if you're doing a tanky build, that's probably good. Probably, maybe. I mean, if it built up madness in enemies, like, that would be really good. Like, they're all attracted to you, but they're also, like, slowly getting madness built up and then being afflicted by said madness. Alright, let's see if we can't find a way around these walls here. I want to find the source of that. Oh no. This is gonna fall off. Ah, okay, so it's the mana restoring scarab from the tree fight area. Okay. Ooh. Something hidden all the way over. Ooh, hello. Yet again, I do not trust Rat, so we're gonna play it safe. Alright, Golden Ruin. Got some flash charges back. Oh, there's more Eyes of Yulul. Okay, no secret way to get inside these walls. Guess it does almost sound like we are hearing like a different jangle. It sounds like something coming from that direction. That general tower. Alright, let's try to wrap around here. I mean, it could just very well be that particular scarab just jangling from afar, but it did sound like there was a distinct other jangle going on. Alright, Erd Flower, or Erdleaf Flower. I do wonder if any other secrets here, but we've already gotten quite a few unique items. And I do love me my Frenzy. Yeah, here it is, that sound I was hearing before. I would love to get an Ashes of War where I can try to afflict enemies with Frenzy via a weapon. Like, that's what I'm hoping for. Oh, boo. Mana. Oh, I guess we're already capped on mana. There we go. Ooh, Frenzied Burst. There we go. Poke him the old-fashioned way here. Ooh. I think that small rat gave me more trouble than the big one did. Oop, we got another ghost. Alright, Golden Ruin. Now this tower seems like it's potentially scalable. Aha, alright. At the very least there's an item over that way. Okay, no back door. I hear rats down below. Stone sword key, not bad. Alright, to play things on the safe side here. Assassin's approach. Whoop, that is alright. That's okay. We didn't waste. I obviously might have wasted the boluses I crafted, but not the case. Here we go. Ah, there's a rat I was hearing. Ouch. Or I guess more specifically, ouch for poor Torrent. We didn't take any damage from that. But okay, so I guess these towers aren't accessible. And nothing on that particular rampart. That is showing as an item. But I still want to verify this one because at the very top it looks like it would be a bit... maybe a thing, but I guess those other towers do have kind of open tops as well. Alright. There are some further ruins up here, including this ghost. Alright, what did you have to say, ghost? Ah, Lord Vike. It seems that you are no lord after all. Then where is he? Our true lord. Our lord of frenzied flame. We beg of you, incinerate all that divides and distinguishes. Ah, may chaos take the world. You know, they're talking my language. Let's do it. Let's burn it all down. Uh-oh. I know how this goes whenever Torrent disappears like that. Festering Fingerprint Vike. Alright. Needing to be a bit careful here. Whew, okay. Where are my bullets? Whew. Can't say I'm a fan of that. Good, they're out. Alright, so yeah, madness basically is instant death. Oof, and all my runes. Alright, we're not too far away, thankfully. Alright, the Bellum Highway. Alright, we just need to run through the town. It's a bit of a shame because we almost had him down. Alright, pardon me everybody, coming on through. Don't mind me, go Team Madness. Don't you freaking dare with those things. Alright, stick to the road. Alright, as close as possible to our ruins. Now think about it, we shouldn't run too close that direction in case we die again. Ouch. There we go. I really do not like that one. Okay. Yeah, there goes his. We'll do some of ours. And there we go. And drink again. Phew. Vader vanquished, Fingerprint Grape, and Vike's War Spear. Let's see here. Vike's War Spear causes madness buildup. Ooh. War Spear singed and blistered by fingers, used by Vike, Knight of the Round Table Hold. Like Vike himself, it has been tormented by the yellow flame of the frenzy from within. Unique skill, Frenzy Flame Thrust. Imbue the spear with the flames of frenzy and leap forward, plunging it into the ground and setting off a maddening explosion. This skill inflicts both the enemy and the user with madness. Huh. And Eyeball of the Night Vic, inflamed yellow, seared with a repulsive fingerprint burned akin to those who have been marred his entire body. If offered to the blind maiden, it will lead her to the source of the distant light, allowing her to become a finger maiden. Something tells me she's going to be a finger maiden of the 3 fingers and not the 2 fingers. And Frenzied Burst, incantation originating from the maddening 3 fingers, releases concentrated blasts of the yellow flame of frenzy from the caster's eyes, charging enhanced potency, enabling the blast to penetrate the enemy's guard. In times past, every single person who attempted to control the flames of frenzy succumbed to madness after a desperate internal struggle. This incantation is testament to a meager victory. 22 faith, not bad. We're getting up there. And then we can have Cyclops eye beams, and I am okay with that. I wonder if we'll get a incantation catalyst that will improve how well those things are done. Okay. Touch Grace. Also, I didn't catch the name of this church when we entered it. Church of Inhibition. Inhibition, there we go. There we go. Sacred Tear, and Finger Maiden Fillet, Finger Maiden Robe, Finger Maiden Shoes. But no gloves. Interesting. Fillet were my maidens to serve the Two Fingers. The maidens lived to serve a chosen tarnish, sharing their guidance and wisdom of the Two Fingers. The guidance of grace would ensure that the pair be brought together, or at least, such was the promise long ago. I assume these are all roughly the same. Let's look at the general stats as well, which, like, not bad. It's like anti-magic armor. Kind of same thing with Rajier stuff as well. Though ours isn't too shabby as is. This does kind of feel like the end of the slope. And because it's a church, I feel like we might have a conversation with our maiden, but I do want to just check the surrounding area first before we respawn everybody. Alright, looking relatively plundered. Alright, let's see if we have a conversation here. Nope, but we do have the ability to increase amount, replenish our flask. Yep. Boom. So many spells right now, but we don't use as many as we maybe should be using. I would love to have a shield slash catalyst casting thing, but I think it's being a bit too greedy. Alright, does that essentially map out this area here? I think it does. How are we doing on time? Okay. It's like maybe about time to wrap it up, but I am a bit curious about a few things. Also a bit curious about this like little water area over here. I guess we never actually checked out this area. There appears to be a little like connecting bit right there too. Alright, we'll check that out and then we'll call it. That shouldn't take too long, right? I say, with all the knowledge that last times we've always tried stuff like this, it tends to take its time. But sometimes it's literally a dead end, which it's a bit of a coin toss here. Okay, approaching. Oh, hello. Goodbye. Are they trying to get inside the castle? Alright, here's a body of water. Oh, I got something here. Okay, we know it's gonna pass through here. Just gotta wait for it. There's a little like loop-de-loop on that rock. Circles around. Alright. Girding ourselves. Ash of War, Hoarfrost Stomp. Hoarfrost Stomp. Stomp hard to spread a trail of freezing mist on the ground. This mist applies the frozen status. Ooh, I do like that. And grants an armament the cold affinity as well. I am almost tempted to maybe swap out our frozen rapier Like, I like the extra bit of projectile it gives us, but we are using the pike for the extra range in general. And the few times that we've tried using the rapier for some enemies charging, like in that last fight with the Frenzied dude, they do tend to dodge, like, out of the way, whereas the pike... I mean, we saw this in past games. All the PvP-ish AI enemies have a very hard time judging distances, so you can easily kind of, like, mess them up by just, like, poking them. Playing a classic game of footsies. Okay, I assume that torrent just accidentally touched the inside and cancel out of being right there. Just sounds like I'm hearing jingling, but not seeing any jingling. Alright, then we'll head to the Royal Moongazing Grounds here real quick. And I do want to check... Let's see here. Oh wait, hold on. Well, actually, hold on. Holding on to the holding on. Going to level up. Yeah, we're still pretty far away from being able to level up. If we go for one more dex, we can wield the whip sword. Where are you? Yeah, the Irumi. Okay, and we can actually apply Ashes of War to the Irumi as well. Not everything, but we can give it the cold build-up. Which wouldn't be too bad. Look at the different skills can do. Golden Vow, Ground Slam. So can't do any like the mist stuff, but... Curious here real quick. Alright, right now... It's our both basic weapon. Yeah, we went overboard on that one. But I think these are the equivalents of +6. Okay. Oh, yeah, I can't. Well, oh yeah, we took the boluses from last time. How do I leave here? Here we go. But yeah, I think basically the next level up we do, we go for dexterity so we can wield the Irumi. And then maybe give it the frost thing. And then we can kind of do like, you know, frost stomps and things like that. If we change our mind later on, we still have the ice rapier, like, available to us, so... Okay, wolves. Alright. I'm assuming mana restoring one, but just in case. It's a bit of a darker shade of blue, so I'm wondering if... Spell? Oh yeah, frozen armament. Nice. And then why undead here? Ooh, and a site of grace and a graveyard. Alright, lost grace discovered. I'm kind of hoping that the bestial eye will tremble. Might get the, here we are. Orders blade out. Where exactly are we, though? Is this entire area just graveyard? Behind Carrion Manor. Alright, I mean, very literal. Alright, fair. I thought it would have a bit more of a... epic name. Something a bit more gravitas, as it were. Now, that said, given that Ronnie's in with those walking death, if she wanted to hide her old body, what better place than an actual graveyard? Hiding a tree in a forest, as it were. Ooh, a jail. Fall frost things. Why does it look like there's just a phoenix chilling down there? Alright. We got two things to poke at here. Hello, Frenzied Wolf, or wait. They aren't always frenzied. Sometimes they just drop more runes, if I recall correctly. Come on. You know you want to try to. There we go. Alright, thankfully the Everjails. Dying isn't too big of an issue since our runes appear here in the overworld. The Royal Grave Everjail. Alright, who do we got? Who do we got? Alright, the Onyx Lord. There we go, we're able to poison him. Okay, not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. Summoning like meteors like that. Alright, didn't expect that. Uh-oh. A bit of a potential waste, but... Alright, dodge more of these. Alright, dodging even more. Whew. Ouch. Casually throwing gravity balls. I do like this type of, like, time-space sorcery. Alright, more meteors. Alright, dodge more of the meteors. And then, boom. There we go, re-poisoned. 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four, five. Ouch. Alright, time to dodge. 5. And then... Nope. Meteorite. I'm assuming has way more int than we'll ever be able to, like, actually get up to, but... does sound pretty cool, and it did look pretty cool, like... I'll admit, it's a bit Final Fantasy brain rot on my part, but it's just like, yeah, oh, 30 int, yep, like I thought. One of the glintstone sorceries that manipulates gravitational forces summon a void that emits a rain of small meteorites, hold to continue the effect. This sorcery originates from the Onyx Lords, who had skin of stone and were called lords in reverential fear of their destructive power. Ooh. And... Frozen Armament, a sorcery that had been used by the old Snow Witch, enchants armaments held in the right hand with frost. This sorcery can be cast while in motion. The snowy crone taught the young Rani to fear the dark moon as she imparted her cold sorcery. Wow, we don't have 15 in? Or one off from that. That said, if we imbue basically our whip with frost, then we kind of have default frost. Okay, 20 dex for Fikes War Spear. I'll admit, the built-in madness build-up... Oh, and fire. That is very tempting in a number of ways. But the fact that the skill inflicts madness when you do the Frenzied Flame Thrust is like, ooh, that's dangerous. Alright, we took care of that. Now, why was there a bird of fire seemingly down here? Or was that a wolf of fire? There we go. Ignore me. There we go. Now you may choose not to ignore me. Alright, come along, Finger Maiden. Didn't have enough to do the, Ooh, okay. Go. Okay, so the important part is whatever this guy is guarding. Hello. Dang it. Finger Maiden, please. Okay. Uh-oh. Good. Oof, less good. There we go. It's like, please, Finger Maiden. Golden Ruin 3. Really? That can't be it. Alright, replenish our flasks. Yeah, then beast bones. Okay. Really thought there'd be something more for taking down the big wolf. Nice. Yeah, figure basically this entire thing's impassable. And there's our entrance down below. So I'm a bit intrigued, though, that if that wolf wasn't kind of what the maiden was here for, then, why summon the maiden? Make sure she doesn't get too far away. Because, I mean, there are suddenly the beastmen over here. What the... These are not the usual beastmen I see. They're like weird tadpole alien people. And there's quite a few over here. Oh, there's a Grave Glovewort over here. And I know that axe. It's like, why do I know that axe? Not there. Here it is. The Ripple Blade. Oh, wielded by young Albernakis. That said, these guys do not appear to be those. Unless they have a very odd life cycle they go through. Go. The little acrobatic moves, though, are quite amusing, I must say. Okay, here we go. We got a ghost and some loot. This has to be the treasure we're looking for, right? Albernac Ashes. Okay, so they are Albernaks. A lot of questions. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell uses some of the spirits of two Albernaks. A strapping duo of cart-wheeling spirits who wield ripple swords and spew freezing breath. Both are second-generation Albernaks. Okay, with dumpy heads that resemble those of frogs. I was right on every count that they look like alien frogs, and hey, they have an Albernak weapon, so Albernaks might have weird life cycles. So I guess second generation just looks like that. Whoa. Oh! Juvenile Scholar Hat, Juvenile Scholar Robe, and Larval Tier. Okay. I guess we got a painting. Of what? I do not know, given this would just be staring at a pile of graves. Which makes me wonder then if, like, you don't need to get the painting to get the puzzle for getting to a painting location. Cap worn by young Academy scholars, the juveniles birthed anew by the amber egg of Queen Renala, the head of Raya Lucaria Academy. Yet their rebirth is not without imperfections, and thus do they repeat the process, eventually becoming utterly dependent upon it. Rebirth is as sleep to them, and with each awakening, memory fades into oblivion. Birthed anew by the amber egg? So the egg has hatched? Does hatch? The scholars are they Albernaks? Are they frog people? A lot of questions. Now that said, I wonder if this is maybe the attire we need for the erudition puzzle. But alright. Our Finger Maiden has yet to go away, so there's still more here. And we know that it wasn't close enough to the jail for it to be at the jail, because we couldn't summon anything during the jail fight. Here we are. Sure, these guys have kind of chosen the wrong match here. Ouch. Oh. There's my shield. It's like, again, with her kind of being around, it just keeps making me wonder if there's not more in this graveyard. But I guess if we can just get these grave lilies, then not too bad of an exchange. Ooh, grave scythe. I do like the sound of that. Where are you, grave scythe? Here we are. Great scythe? Okay, it is a grave scythe, but it is a great scythe comprised of a large blade affixed to a crooked stick, weapon wielded by the aged gravekeepers who tend the forgotten graveyards throughout the lands between. This weapon is said to have served as a charm against evil spirits in times of old. Skill spinning slash. Okay, so it causes blood loss, but it's not like a casting thing. Given that all their undead forms were kind of like casters, I had hoped that it would be either it could shoot like skulls or something like that, but alas, not quite what I hoped. And I'm still suspicious that the summon is still around. Alright, if you're still sticking around. Come on. Oh, no, there we go. Alright, real quick. Just want to kind of check out this and make sure that it's an actual wall. Because if there's going to be a dungeon hidden anywhere, it would be all against the cliffside here. And I also wanted to make sure it was actually that. Okay, I'm assuming down there it's not accessible. Bust down our lantern. That's not double checking time. Alright, I should wrap things up, but we're almost there. Just gonna check this wall, go back to the round table hold in case any shenanigans ensue yet again. As I've done in past times, I don't ever head back there and are suddenly attacked, or someone's dead, or someone's returned. The round table hold is a very eventful place, so... Okay, I guess that's the sound of the wind. Thought I heard, like, the cranking of, like, wooden wheels. But I thought maybe a catapult was moving or something. Because there are the catapults across the way, but I wouldn't imagine they turn this far inward. So, how's our... Okay. We might also have enough to level up. It's alright. Back to the round table hold, and hopefully we're not attacked right away. Nope. Cool. Alright. Level up. There we go. Alright. One of the decks to get a roomie, and then basically we'll start redumping back in Faith. Okay. Swap out the Frozen Needle. And boom. And then... let's apply the Ashes of War to it right now. Yep, give it the cold affinity here. Okay, which does give it magic damage. And alright, quick check to make sure nothing's changed here. Alright, our two favorite craftsmen are there. Alright, Maiden of Death still gone. You doing good?
Are you here for spirit?
Alright, she's doing good. Doing good.
Well, I took you for no matter, it's lay out your own.
Alright, doing good. I do wonder... let's quickly check in with Two Finger Speaker. Alright, still nothing there. And then Cleric Man and Boss Man, and that should be it.
Ah, well then.
Alright, nothing new there. And Warrior Lady is still gone. Yep, nothing there. Alright. We are good. I do want to kind of test out the whip real quick here. And we should be able to, in theory, I think at least get it to +3. Whoopsie, wrong one.
Back already, no matter.
Alright, strengthen. Here we are. Okay, we can actually get it to +4. Sure. And then I can't remember if we opened up the door to... Oh, hey, here you are.
Ah, you. Please, leave me be. It's pathetic, I know, but I need to think.
Hmm?
Ah, you. Please. It's pathetic, I know, but I need to think.
I wonder about what? Because I'm curious if she knows about the whole plot to get her to take a weird potion. Like, now that we know that she's down there, does her... If I remember correctly, her adopted father? Good old boss man of the two fingers here? Does he know anything about this?
Well,
There we go. Nefeli's Despair.
you've already heard. Indeed. It seemed the whelp harbored suspicions, so I had no further use for her. Honestly, what's a man to do? A determined plebeian is more wicked than an almond horn, quite frankly. I suspect that's just what the Queen wants. A dose of ambition to incite the tarnished.
Hmm? I am very confused. I mean, does he mean Queen Maleka, or whatever her name was? The one that, like, didn't her disappearance trigger all of this? And, so wait, did he cast her aside? Because of the potion?
Ah, you. Please. It's pathetic, I know.
Oh, I heard from Gideon.
So you know already, do you? Right. It's true. My father cast me out for indulging my emotions, forgetting the mission, punishment for offing his pawns. Lord Gideon has offered me guidance all my life. I would have done anything for him, to place him on the throne of Elden Lord. And yet though it was not my intent, I betrayed him.
How?
And I can no longer trust in Father. To think he'd order his men to enact such tragedy. Where is the justice he purports in that? He once told me that if he became Elden Lord, he would never allow the downtrodden to be cheated ever again. Was he simply lying to me?
Okay, so he organized the attack on the Abenaki town, probably to find the medallion that we got, and he can't get it back from us because, well, we took care of his other pawn, so...
No. How could I say that? Father has always given me his guidance, and now I've lost it. No, how could I say that? Father has... and now...
Kind of makes me wonder, maybe... I don't know, this seems kind of weird, but if, like... Salvis wanted her to drink a potion. Maybe if we got her to drink it, it'd be for the better? Because it seems like her father figure was just treating her like a pawn. Now that she's not doing the right things, he casts her aside?
Well,
Alright, no dialogue here. How very... interesting. I mean, I do feel like Gideon's evil, no matter what. It's kind of the same vibe about, basically, she who sleeps with death. It's just like, you're gonna do something. And then she did. Alright, let's just give our whip a bit of it. Yeah. And if I recall correct... Yeah. Okay, can't really do any good... Ooh! Okay, you have a bit of like a follow-up, like, wider whip there. Interesting. And then if we do... Oh, nice. That's exactly what I wanted it to be. Basically like, Sister Friday, I believe, from Dark Souls 3. We fought her. Yeah! Just not via a swoop of a scythe. Alright, return to entrance. There we go. I was about to say it's like a bit of an odd thing for it to have a bit of a load time there, but that's fine. And alright, let's go ahead and call things here. We definitely had an eventful day today. More in terms of like NPCs and miscellaneous discoveries. Not much in actual way of progress, but we got the clergyman to calm down. We made some progress just now with Nephili's quest. We were able to finally get to that one last bit of Raya Lucaria that's not swamp that we couldn't get to before. At the northeast bit, so that was basically good to kind of get that out of the way. Ooh, actually. Alright, real quick. We're going to do one last thing that I totally forgot that I meant to do today, but we did not. And that is we're going to go check in with our nightly patron of Kenneth Height. Since last we checked with him, he had nothing new to add, but maybe he has new stuff to add now. A lot's happened since last time we checked with him. Like, hopefully he's not dead. I mean, if he is dead, there would still be some sort of story progression here. But just a good thing to make sure that, you know, if he still has a quest line, that it's still progressing. Reason doing it now rather than later is that I just know if I do it later, I'm going to completely forget. Oleg, help out. Thank you. Look at the man go. It's a thing of beauty to behold. Alright, quickly pillage these. Free stuff is free stuff after all. But alright, let's go check in with Kenneth here. Hopefully not dead. Cool, cool.
I must begin my search post-haste for a true and stalwart lord of the proper lineage to take the reins of Limgrave.
Okay, yep, it still doesn't much care, but it is what it is. Let's try to get a... There we are. Kenneth Height and his 2 knights. But, alright. We're gonna wrap it up here. And then, yeah, next time, probably going to the Raya Lucaria, the Academy, like, town bit below. It does seem like we're slowly converging in and actually trying to make our way into the Academy itself and take down Renala. Since she's our next Elden Lord owning piece of Elden Ring target. You know, not an Elden Lord herself, but if we are to ascend to Elden Lordship, we need to take her down. And that means also we get new Remembrance, which means new Remembrance weapons, which I like. Although, it'll probably be sorcery, which we don't have the int for, but yeah, we got more Frenzied stuff. I did enjoy that today. But alright. Until next time, later!